Today is going to be an amazing video. I'm going to show you how I'm going to go from this unfinished deck to this deck and handrail system, which is incredibly strong. So let me show you how I did it.
Hey, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Tristan and I've been building this cabin for almost 2 years. Yes, I cannot believe I'm saying this, but it's been almost 2 years. It's hard to believe that it's been this long. I mean, granted, I only work on it a few hours a week, as I also have a full-time job. I mean, this cabin has been a lot of hard work, also very rewarding as a project, but this thing truly is a marathon. I mean, you really cannot sprint your way through a project like this, or you'll probably burn out before you're done and end up paying someone to finish it for you. But anyway, you can see me moving materials by hand, which you know I have done a lot of if you've been following this journey. But anyway, let's get back to working on that deck, shall we, now that I have put all that wood up there.
So obviously the connection here from the post to the rim band with just one screw is not adequate. This was just temporary. We need to through bolt that, so let's take care of that. We have a problem here or what? We might have hit a nail. No, we're eating something. Disappointment.
So don't do anything like that. I was destroying the drill bit at this point.
C'est quoi la blague maintenant?
Yeah, well, I had completely flattened the bit, and so I wasn't drilling anymore. Well, eventually, by pushing it off, it went through.
Allez! Ah bah dis donc.
So I didn't know that on the first one, but definitely use some block of wood, otherwise you're going to damage the paint on that black bolt.
Okay, so this is not drilling anymore because I completely busted it on the nail. All right, it's just this one instead.
And then I simply did the exact same thing at the other post, and this time I used 2 plies of blocking because actually the through bolts were long enough, and I used 2 through bolt, one at the top, one at the bottom. This episode is sponsored by Brunt Workwear. They have been nice enough to send me a new pair of work boots. They make good quality and affordable work shoes and work apparel. I actually have been wearing them for the past 3 months. I use them at work when I go on job site, and I also use them to build my cabin, obviously. I pretty much have taken them through all sorts of weather conditions, as you can see, and they've been holding up just fine. I mean, overall, they've been pretty good and comfortable, so if you're interested, you can use the promo code that I'm showing you on the screen to get $10 off your next order. They also have a 30 days full refund policy if you end up not liking them. So thanks again to Brunt Workwear for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to building that deck.
Here, so 10-inch long GRK. Yeah! It didn't move. That's nice.
So when you're doing this, be careful about what's in your corner. Remember, the electrical are going through that, and I almost busted them.
So because I don't want to make my staircase as wide as those 2 posts, because that'd be a massive stair, I'm still going to do a wider than usual stair, but not as big. I'm going to need an additional 2 posts here and here that will be part of my staircase.
So I'm doing your average shoulder cut because the post will go over the rim band and be through bolted through it.
And so height-wise, from this point here to here is 42.
So to save money, I did buy some 8-footer posts, which I cut in half, so 48 inches, and that was not long enough to go all the way to the top of that beam below, which is why I ended up adding that blocking and shims below it. It definitely took me a while to kind of adjust it, and maybe it was a waste of time, but then eventually I finally got it plumb in both directions. And the idea behind the G-Hockey screws were just to hold it in place before I could put my through bolt. So actually installing the deck post is extremely similar. I mean, you obviously want a very solid connection because there won't be anything really bracing it at the top. So that connection to the rim band and to the blocking is the only thing that will prevent it from rotating.
Careful not to fall. So that is the post that will, lead to my staircase. And as you can see, I mean, this connection is extremely solid.
I mean, at this point I was getting pretty good at it. It's really just the same process over and over again. And yeah, it was working pretty well.
All right, so as an additional measure of protection for the joist, you can get the special tape that goes over the joist. In my case, because I have a roof, I mean, again, it's kind of overkill, but if your deck is exposed completely to the element, I think that's definitely a good option because it will prevent, early rot or anything on the top of the joist, which is going to be the part that's going to see the most water and moisture. It should be pretty easy. It's already the width of your joist, so you just lay it out. So here's something I forgot to do. I'm gonna need to put some blocking here on these edges because otherwise I won't have anything to attach my decking to. So here's the final result. All right, so that is the first bolt. So what I'm still debating is, I think typically people leave an overhang on those. I mean, I think I'm gonna do like 3/4 of an inch. We're gonna put a temporary screw here. Okay. Now I can take all my measurement. I should cut this by 3/4 technically. What I'm trying to do is I want to really try and get it as parallel to the house as possible. So here we have 48 and 5/8, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting that same measurement like here, let's say. Or maybe, yeah, we're pretty good. So that should be really helpful. So I'm not gonna go crazy with the screws right now. I'm only gonna put a handful because if I need to make any adjustment, I don't want to struggle. All right, let's check this out, shall we? Do the measurement again. So 48 and 5/8, which I think is what we want. If I do this, what am I at? Whoa, 48 and 5/8. Woo! So because those bolts were pressure treated and wet, I installed them touching each other, and you can already see after, I don't know, 2 weeks, they've already dried, that now I have an 1/8 of an inch in between the bolts. So take that in mind if you're using pressure treated. So we're making some good progress, but you see here, I'm not gonna have anything to attach my deck bolts below this post.
As you can see, that allowed me to cut a special shape piece at the end and have something to screw it to.
That's pretty good. So just have to do that the whole length. Easy, right? So let's start with this baluster. That's going to be the first one from this post to this post. See how that goes. We're going to come and place those here on each end, then even maybe one in the middle. Next step is this level. Meh, kind of. This needs to go higher. Wow, about a lot. Okay, that's pretty good. And then cut this one again so that it fits. And then you get a 2x4 and you cut the same length. Oh, seriously? This is too long as well. Just a tiny bit. Something like that in the middle somehow. I take back what I just said. This 2x4 is gonna have to be shorter because I'm gonna be using this kind of hardware to attach the 2x4 to the post. And this has a thickness to it, obviously. Because this thing is all wet, pressure treated, it looks like it doesn't want to fit in here. So that's cool. Are you serious? That's not cool. I might be able to bit it in. The good old bit it in. Just straight that end. Man, this is such an obsession. I can't help it. Oh la la. A mess. Okay. Okay, okay. See that? Just busted everything, but whatever, bro. Okay, so they give you special screws to attach it. Just tiny, tiny, tiny black screws. So you actually need a T15 for those, which is absolutely minuscule. Okay. Something like that. Okay, that's good. Next step, you just do another one, which will be the top part, and then is the front part. So I'm just gonna hold them together like this. All right, 2 feet is the middle. So we're gonna install those kinds of balusters, and they're gonna be 4 inches on center, 12 and 1/16, 8 and 1/16. Step, we need to mark the middle, so you'll see why in a minute. So 3/4 is my middle. This is kind of tedious, but so here's what we'll be using to actually hold those balusters. Those balusters will come and lock on this thing. Wow, this is going to be tedious. All right. Oh, this is nice. Here's your middle. Then we can kind of shove this in there. So that's the thing I think I messed up. I'm pretty sure that, you're supposed to attach this to that from the bottom. Oh my gosh, this is gonna take forever. Okay, I think they're all connected. So that's pretty awesome. Oh, that looks awesome. I love it. This is such a cool look. And now you really want to connect it here on both sides. Ah, it moved. No, go back. It bought. Ah, man. Because I have it centered and this thing just moved out of the way. That way, okay. So I need to attach this to that first. That is good. Okay, I think that's good. Anything else I forgot to check? Not perfect, but that's fine. Final step. I mean, last thing I want to do, I'm probably just going to put one right here on each side. I can tell you, I can assure you that I don't know what you can throw at this thing, but it will not move. Whoa! I mean, same here. You like just knock it out. It's not bulging, which is good because this is going to be an Airbnb and I don't want someone just falling off. Yeah, it's indestructible.
So I ended up using the router and the bit you saw to finish up the handrail because I wanted it to have a really round and smooth finish, and it ended up looking really nice.
So you see here, when I installed this heavy timber, the right way to do it would have been to have one single piece all along. And because I have separate pieces, I mean, you know, look, I can check this and I don't like that at all. So we're gonna try and reinforce it. So I'm gonna use those T outdoor accent from Simpson. That's level. Hoo-hoo-hoo.
So I ended up installing one on each side, so 4 total pretty much.
So I'm also not necessarily a big fan of this connection here. I mean, it's being held by those screws, but there's really nothing here attaching this beam to this one in an effort to kind of like stabilize this beam, which is in pieces. So here's another piece of Simpson hardware, and I'm gonna install it right there. See if that helps.
So I also installed 4 of those corner pieces, 2 on each side.
So I reinforced both this connection and this one, as well as the corner one. And now I'm about to find out if this is a little more stable. Oh! Oh, wow! Oh, I can't believe it. Oh my gosh, that's it. That's it. This has completely taken any movement. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, okay. Let's try here. What's this? Even higher. Oh man, this is so cool. I mean, if you saw, I don't know if you could see it on the camera, but at the first time that I tried, you could easily jiggle it. Oh wow. I cannot believe it. Oh man, this was money well spent. So if you're like me and you're gonna use several pieces because you don't have a crane to put one continuous beam, this is awesome. I mean, this will, I cannot believe it. Oh, oh, this is awesome. So unfortunately, this video is starting to run too long, so you will have to check the next episode, and I'm putting the link right down here on this page where you will be able to see, oh, I did end up building this amazing staircase. I mean, I can't believe that is it. I have stairs to this cabin. So check this episode and learn how to put a strong staircase together.